Welcome to the OEN Podcast, the podcast about opinions, events, and overall nothingness. We will discuss whatever is on our minds today, and we may or may not accomplish anything with it, but hopefully it will be enjoyable. Also, there is a good chance that listener discretion is advised. So please have a listen and let us know what you think about the discussion.
All right, we going.
We're good.
Yeah.
So,
Cheers.
to another? Cheers.
To another, yep.
We're making it on a schedule.
Ish.
Cheers to a schedule and more viewers.
Yeah. So
we hit your double digits.
No.
Literally.
Oh yeah. We did actually, and this is episode 9. So the one after that will hit double digits too.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
And next month marks like a year we've been doing it too.
Yeah, a year with only 9 episodes is not a, and those 9 actually is the one I did by myself. Actually, I did 2 of them by myself, and then one with Andrew, and then all the rest have been with you.
Yeah.
So that's like 6 with you in a year.
But
so that's one every 2 months.
but what did we have going on between August of last year all the way? I mean, we did have.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we had the Worlds in Chicago and all that stuff. Then of course you had the holidays and all that crap. So
yeah,
there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And like you had said, like from the very fuck off beginning, from when I first heard about this idea, it was just whenever. So we have stuck true to what OEN is. It is generalized adult content. What the fuck ever, when the fuck ever.
Yeah, it is definitely whenever. So.
Because, I mean, if we, had to force it and start treating it like an actual job thingy, then it's not really that fun. Mm-mm. No. Kind of like the whole selling crafts and things that you make.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when it's just me, then it's just a little easier when it's not for a time crunch for anything. Now, some of the stuff I'm doing, like for Halloween, is I do have a time crunch, but luckily I start early enough to where, like right now I'm right in the throes of my Halloween costume, but I've got, all of August, all of September. I would hope to have it done by the end of September, so I've got all of October for it, but that still gives me 2 months, to get it done, so.
Well, speaking of that, because I know you plan on that being involved somewhat with your haunt. There's this new haunt around here that's popped up that I'm trying to figure out. They're hiring, temporarily for it, but it's Boo Castle, which sounds funky, in Thomasville, and it's this whole huge brand new thing. And it's like this really spooky horror bar restaurant that in October turns into a haunt as well, that also features year-round haunt events and horror events.
No.
So I just found it this morning and I'm like, what? I don't even think it's open yet. Like, it's brand fucking new.
Oh.
And the building it's in, because I know Thomasville, and it's a really rundown old town, looks straight up out of a horror, ghost haunt movie at that. And I'm just like, holy fuck, this could be awesome.
That could be. How far is that away?
About 20, 25 minutes. My favorite gym is in Thomasville.
Yeah, that ain't nothing, so.
No, it's just, what would availability be like at the time?
Yeah.
Because I was more thinking about Xander more than myself.
That's actually really cool, though.
I'm going to be following it for more information, because I'm like, the Boo Castle Entertainment isn't hiring, only the haunt is hiring, and they're running out of Boo Castle Entertainment. So I'm like, I want to work for the Boo people.
Yeah.
A permanent job with Boo. It was so great. Boo Industries or Boo Entertainment stamps your paycheck. That's pretty cool.
That is very cool. So when you mentioned that, that was something I haven't actually talked about yet. I was actually looking for the website.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to find a way to kind of like segue us into it.
Yeah,
Because you've done what, 2 build weekends?
I have.
Okay.
So I'm looking. Well, I mean, they've got a website, but it's not what I thought it was. So hang on, let's see. Maybe it's this one. No, this is the thing all the way for Georgia. But so yeah, basically, when I worked the tattoo expo, I met some folks that were there doing special effects makeup. They were doing, I don't know, I'd have to pull up some pictures or whatever. They were doing monsters, special effects. One girl had like fireball bottles that were stuck all in her face and all that stuff. And it was really cool stuff. And I just really got to know the folks that weekend and was always stopping and talking to them and telling them, hey, when you finish, because the makeups were taking hours to do. So when it was, when they would get done, I'd say, hey, y'all come find me, because I was working the thing. So they'd come find me. I'd take pictures with them and all that stuff. and so I talked to them about, they are just a local haunt. And the guy lives on the property. They've gone and cut a trail about a quarter mile through their property. And it's a haunt for a cause is what it's called.
Yeah.
And actually, that may be the that may be the actual. It is. So yeah. So here's it's actually haunt the number 4 acalls.org, and they're a nonprofit. So this haunt is a nonprofit, and they did a shenanigans thing during for St. Patrick's Day.
Shenanigans.
So they actually did some things, but it's actually Terror on Highway 127 is the thing, and they go and do all kinds of stuff with the local community. They're a nonprofit. They've been doing a lot with like disabled vets and things like that, but they are moving, and they're not going away from them, but they are adding in the basically what you and I would call invisible scars. And so they're going to start working with people with autism, with suicide ideation, with abuse and things like that. So they're going to start working with those type of people. Yeah, absolutely.
Phenomenal.
So I met those guys, got along with them really good. So they got a hold of me a few weeks ago and asked me if I was interested in volunteering. And I said yes, but during their big season in October, we're going to be gone. I mean, we're in Lexington and things like that. And sorry, I got something in my throat. But I said, but if you are doing preseason stuff, let me know. And they're like, we do build weekends every other weekend from, when they got a hold of me next weekend, all the way till October. And I'm like, score, I'm there. So 2 weeks ago, I went and showed up, and it was me and the 2 brothers that one brother actually runs it. I guess they both run it. I don't know. I know Joe actually owns it all. And he owns the land, all that kind of stuff. And Chuck's a carpenter, that's his brother, and he does a lot of the building stuff and all that. And so that weekend we were actually working on the hot dog hut. They're going to sell food and all that from there. And then they have a merch building where they're actually going to sell tickets, and then they have Terror on Highway 127 merch.
Yeah.
And so we're working on that building. Last weekend, we took a bunch of props and stuff that the scare actors are going to use in their scenes and put it all out in a big central area out in the woods so they can all grab it and go work on their scenes and all that. Took a bunch of trash and put it in a burn pile and was getting the parking lot ready and all that so they could cut grass the following day. And so we've done a lot of work, but we've got a lot of work to do. And then we'll actually, I think the midway, what we would call a festival area, they call a midway. I think the midway is close to being done. And so now the construction will be with the scenes. And which each of the scenes, the scare actor actually has complete creative control over the scene.
Nice.
So they know what the scene is going to be, they know what they're supposed to do, and then they can do whatever they want to make their scene.
Nice.
And so that will be really cool. And I will, when the season starts, because I don't want to go and photograph or video anything prior.
Totally.
Yeah, prior to this starting.
Yeah, no spoilers. It's like Tampa J. He really freaking loves Spooky Woods here in North Carolina. And I was not there. I almost went, but I was at Fayetteville Spartan Weekend instead to Spooky Woods halfway to Halloween. Tampa J was there. It's one weekend only, and I won't watch it because of spoilers.
I got you.
I love watching his videos, but I have learned with haunts because I've been looking into Hollow Scream for me and Chris going.
Yeah.
When I watch, because I've watched Tampa J's video, but when he goes to show the haunted house haunt,
right,
I fast forward because I don't want the spoilers. Because I find that's the fun part, because the haunts terrify me because I'm always terrified I could be touched. And I know they can't touch you, that's fine, but it's the what if. So that kind of mystery and intensity, I don't want the spoilers. So no, definitely don't do that.
Yeah. So, but I will, once we start getting things going, I'll talk to Joe and see what is good to put out there. And then, maybe go live from the midway one night or something like that. Or since I can't actually go live as OEN, I can go live as me.
Oh, definitely.
And then put it on the OEN site.
Yeah.
So
just like at Hallow Scream, I could go live as me, but it's for OEN because we podcast on OEN.
Right. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah. So that was I wish I'd have thought about that when we were at Spooky Empire, because we tried to go live and I'm like, I can't go live. Well, I could have gone live as me and then just posted it in the OEN Facebook or on the thing, but. So
we know it for Scarefest.
Yeah, lesson learned. So
yeah, but we know it for Scarefest. So
yeah. So we can do that.
And from what I've read, Scarefest and Annabelle being there will not be canceled. They have said that he wouldn't want it canceled, so they will not cancel it.
So I haven't read anything about it. So good. I'm glad you read that. And I would think that literally him. Earthquake! With him dying, has got to kind of raise her street cred, for lack of a better way to put it. And
I gotta get me and Santa registered.
And so then it's like, oh, well, you know what? She killed her handler. Let's go see her. It seems like more people would want to see her just because, she killed her handler. Well, she did not, but I am interested in the autopsy report to see. I mean, he probably had a heart condition or something, or you never know. He may have just. I don't know if he used drugs or not, but he could have had a fentanyl thing, and
Well, I mean, anything could have happened. Like, look at Heath Ledger. He didn't use drugs, but the prescription, Ambien, was what Heath Ledger was on, and that's what killed him. And it wasn't a purpose. He didn't OD at all.
Right.
As a person who's been on Ambien, I can very much understand the accidental suffocation death.
Yeah. So I'm real interested in the autopsy report. I know it doesn't have anything to do with Annabelle, but the lore was just added to with him dying.
Of course.
And
Fanatics.
so yeah, there her stock prices just went up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My thing with Annabelle, because I believe in the things that go bump in the night. I believe in the possessed dolls and the ghosts and all that shit and poltergeist. But if it comes out of the Warrens occult closet, I don't believe shit.
I don't know.
See, I'm the biggest disbeliever in the. I love their movies, and I think at one point there was a lot of credibility, but I think it was here or there, and a lot they drummed up for money, especially in their earlier years. So I don't know. The whole Conjuring 2 really made me rethink if I believed if the Warrens were legit or not. Because I used to think they were till Conjuring 2. The Enfield Ghost.
Oh, damn. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but they had nothing to do with that movie. That was strictly whoever produced the movie, put them there. The Warrens were already dead when that movie was made.
But the Warrens still take credibility even in their books for Enfield Ghost. Though that's the problem.
But
it's not just the movie. They've taken credit and they weren't even there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They were there and then they were sent home. So, but
that's why I want to see Annabelle.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in those things, and are all of however many, like 3 or 4 viewers will laugh at me, but I get the icky, spidey, darky, sensey thingy vibe.
All 3 or 4 viewers.
All 3 or 4 of our viewers. I don't know anymore. I think we might have 2, 3, or 4.
No, we actually have 4 for
That's
sure.
always goes right.
Yes. We got Henry, we got Ansley, and we got Christina, and we got Peanut. So we got 4.
Right.
Yeah. We got 4. We thank y'all. Oh, wait, there it is. There it is.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Can't remember where I was going with that, but yeah. So no.
Well, no, you were just saying you wanted to. Yeah, you wanted to meet her because you believe it. I am so. I have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
So as much as I love ghost stories and I love paranormal and I love, the study of the occult and things like that.
Yeah.
Until I see any of it, they're just stories to me.
No, I get that. If it wasn't for the weird ass shit growing up, weird ass shit in my apartment too, and I got 100% get you.
Yeah, I didn't see. I've never witnessed anything like that. The closest I've come to witnessing anything out of the ordinary is UFOs.
Yeah.
I can think of twice growing up that I saw something that I can't explain. And so one was at night. And really, really cool. I was young. I was 5th, 6th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
But I was watching out the window, and up in the sky there was like this larger like ball in the sky. Not big, but it was really tiny, but it was bigger. Then there were these 2 on the sides, and watching, and you could actually see light going back and forth between the 3 of them, and then the one in the middle got really bright and then just disappeared, and then the other 2 just faded out. Now I have no idea what that was. No idea whatsoever. And then a few years later, probably high school, maybe. If then, maybe junior high school, right around there. We were having to do a study of clouds. And so I was out in the yard and we had the binoculars and I was sitting there looking and we had to find clouds. I don't know why I had binoculars looking at clouds because you can see the damn things up there, but whatever. Yeah. So had binoculars, looking for, cumulonimbus and cirrus and, all those different clouds, and, having to kind of draw them and sketch them out and name them and all that kind of crap. So I'm sitting there looking, and I'm looking at this one. It's actually a cumulonimbus cloud, one of the big, tall, rising clouds. And I'm watching, and all of a sudden this literally it looked like a squash top hat. So it was flat, and then it came up a little bit and like that. So it was, and it basically, where the cloud was here, it came out.
Yeah.
And for like 2 seconds, and then went right back in. And that was it. I never saw it again.
That's weird.
Couldn't tell you.
So,
but I'm closer to believing UFOs because I've actually seen those two than I am ghosts or demons or anything else, just because I haven't seen them.
So you've seen this, you've seen the sky shit.
Yeah.
You've had sky shit experience. I've had ground shit experience. It works.
No, it works.
I've got quite a few stories, but then I grew up in middle of nowhere, fucking deep south, fucking Mississippi, where it's nothing but kudzu and woods and fields and corn and shit. So that is why
sex with your cousin.
Yeah. Doesn't help that my grandparents are 13th cousins, but
13th cousins 13th.
It still plays into it.
They don't even know. But I've got a branch on my family tree that goes like this and then goes right back together, and then they were literally, I think they were first cousins that married.
Were first cousins. They were first or second cousins.
No, they weren't.
Too.
No, they weren't.
I thought they were cousins. The Parkers.
No, they're not. I'm actually related to both Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie on my dad's side, Clyde's on my mom's side, and I've looked and they're not. I mean, they may be way back.
Which one was Parker? Which
Bonnie.
one is
Bonnie?
So Bonnie Parker, that's her maiden name?
Yeah.
That's
it's Clyde Barrow.
That's where either speculation, because I don't know if it's confirmed, but that's where it has been through my family that we are related, because I'm a Parker.
Yeah, you'd have to.
And a Parker. Parker's my grandfather's family name.
Yeah,
McGregor is my grandmother's. So that's why it's up to debate. I don't know if there's any truth, and I'm not paying. I don't want to pay the money to find out.
Yeah, as I have found out that the last name you've got right now is only good for about 4 generations, and then after that. So my Hall last name goes back quite a ways. I can go back 10, 12 generations through the Hall name, but where some of the royalty and all that stuff comes in, it's got nothing to do with the Hall name at all.
Yeah.
It was. Excuse me.
I'm sure with my McGregor side, I could go way back with McGregor.
Yeah, McGregor. I mean, it's a very, very, was that Scottish or Irish? Scottish. Yeah. Because I've got some McKever, not McGregor, but I've got McKever. But I mean, honestly, I've got like Oliphant, which is a name that barely, Moncrief and Oliphant are like my 12th and 13th great grandfathers.
Yeah.
But the Hall thing showed up, a few generations later. So.
Yeah. But the whole thing back to like, you're driving, the southern middle of fucking nowhere, Mississippi, where it's just kudzu and woods and old rundown, burned down plantations. I kid you not. Anything's going to be creepy and everything's going to look superstitious. And that's why I want to pay to see Annabelle, because it's the only time I've gone into a quote unquote paranormal experience not believing it's paranormal, which means I'm not looking for every clue in the world to prove to me she's true, because I literally think that it's bullshit she's possessed, and that the Warrens played that up to get more money, just like they played up Amityville. So
But
that's a lot of my big interest.
So here's the deal. Although I may not believe in it,
yeah,
I wouldn't say that shit to her face.
I can't say till I get there.
I wouldn't. There's no. So here's the deal. I may not believe it to a certain point, but I'm not going to chance anything.
I'm strong enough in my convictions on what I believe or not, but I would have to be there. Because I'm not going to say right here, I would 100% tell her I think she's full of shit. Because I don't know she's full of shit till I get in front of her.
Fuck
if
that.
I get in front of her and I feel like it's a dead zone, I'll be like, sorry, bitch, tried. Dead zone. Megan's better.
No, fuck that. I like I said, I'm not a big believer, but I ain't going to push it either. So I guess what I can say is I ain't a big believer, but I ain't stupid. You know?
Well, I guess, you know what? Shit has fucked with me, and I didn't do anything to make it fuck with me. So whether I'm a believer or not, it's already fucked with me. So.
No, not worth it. It is not worth it. I don't care. It is not worth it.
I don't know. It's just the vibes.
I get it. And people that have been around her actually said that you'll feel it when you get around her containment area. You actually feel a negative energy. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't even expect to feel that. I really don't.
But my question, or I guess opinion or thought, and it's something I thought about today. I wanted to get your opinion on with me going for my associates in psychology and my obsession with horror, because you really can tie the two together and do something with that. Is it they feel those bad vibes because they've already drummed it up in their head?
Very well could have been.
Because much like driving those roads at night in Mississippi, they are really beyond soul-sucking dark. There is not a single headlight. There's not a single car forever. I mean, we went to these quote-unquote haunted places where next-door neighbor pointed a shotgun at us in the middle of the fucking boondocks. And you can't see anything past kudzu.
Which just means you were trespassing.
No, it wasn't his property. We checked before we went. I will say we did check our shit before we went. It was not his fucking property. Okay. It was a business that was shut down called the Country Kettlerette in former Coldwater, Mississippi, which also was a drowned area. But anyways, point being is it was so scary because it was drummed up. It was dark. You couldn't see anything. You're in an unknown area. You already believe in the paranormal. You're already seeing big black dogs everywhere you fucking look. Kid you not. It's drummed up. So are they really getting those nasty vibes because it really is possessed? Or is it because they've already played it up somewhere subconsciously in their head?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a lot of it could be just, self-psychosis or whatever you want to call it. I have no idea. And so that's why I'm really interested to go see her.
Exactly.
Because I am not a real big believer. So if I got around her and felt that would actually be akin to me actually seeing something, feeling something, whatever, and be like, okay, maybe there's something to this. But if I get around her and she feels like my Annabelle, then, because I get no creepy vibes from my Annabelle at all.
I get zero creep from anything at your house, but I'm still going to say it. It's really weird that I had that weird thing on my shoulder, and then I had that really weird abuse fucking victim bruise on my leg out of nowhere the last time, but there's zero creep.
Yeah.
It's just all chill.
Yeah.
I mean, your living room is where I sleep the best, and it's the creepiest.
True.
It's the most awesome.
I mean, that's where Samara is. That's where Annabelle is. All that stuff is in that room. But
yeah, that's my guest room when I'm in town.
True.
I love that room.
Yeah. So, which is fine because then we don't leave Riley's door open and the cat doesn't tear down the lights. Which I still
This
ain't.
is true.
I still ain't fixed those yet. They're still on the
did
floor.
my best. I did
No.
my best to keep her out.
Jonesy, yeah, it's all right. I'll get it fixed sooner or later. Raleigh hadn't been back over since anyway, so. But I don't know. It's like I said. I'll have to feel it.
Yeah.
To make up my opinion, but.
Yeah, that is part of the associates where I've been looking. If I really do enjoy going to school and taking advice I've gotten to at least make it a 4-year, is looking into branching into the study of psychology and horror shit. Yeah, I think there's a lot that could be. I don't know. I just would enjoy really learning it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think school is more I want to learn, less more about make money, more about I just want to learn shit.
True. But I mean, again, there are certain things like that.
Yeah.
You could learn without having to spend money too. I mean, there's, so I mean, I don't know. That's.
But it works into my retirement.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Horror store stuff as well. If I love school enough to torture myself for another 2 years at a university, because then I'd have to go to UNCG, and I've heard that UNCG is pretty tough.
Yeah, no idea. I made it a year and a half in college and had a 1.72 GPA. It wasn't for me, so not a good deal.
That's all I got you. I have no idea how I feel about it. I tried once a paramedics, and
all right.
So we'll see.
Okay, there we go. I always give it a couple of seconds just so I can.
Yeah.
So I'll know I can splice it and make it better.
Yeah.
So, movies.
Yeah.
Movies. So. All right.
Yeah.
So first off, we'll discuss, because we both like the found footage.
Oh God.
And we have found an app that can go on your TV with nothing but found footage films. So people that like found footage, like Blair Witch or Gogium Haunted Asylum, Grave Encounters?
Grave Encounters.
Yeah, Grave Encounters, and the Taking of Deborah Logan, Hell House.
I didn't like that one.
I didn't really either, but I love Hell House. Things like that. It's all the found footage stuff. What is it? As Above, So Below.
Mm-hmm.
And
love that movie.
The one that was in. What was the one that was in Tel Aviv?
I can't remember.
Because you had me watch that one.
Tel Aviv.
I don't remember.
Was it Mr. Creeps?
No, it was. But you mentioned that. But like the Creep tapes and Creep are all found footage. So it's basically for people that don't watch found footage. Things get recorded, everybody dies, and the footage is found, and everybody watches it. I mean, that's kind of what it's all about. It's almost to the fact where everybody has to die for it to be a found footage film.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a creature. It doesn't matter if it's a slasher found. It doesn't matter if it's a paranormal ghosty or poltergeisty thing. It doesn't matter. Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Because you've got the Paranormal Activity series. Everybody fucking dies in every single one of them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, and those are found footage. So I am a big fan. You're a big fan of found footage. So we have found out over the past few weeks that there is literally an app that you can put on your TV, put on your computer, whatever, that is nothing but found footage films. And it is called foundtv.com.
And you can do free. The ads don't last that long, and they kind of amuse me because I always get the "oh no" ad, and it's always great timing.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, when I watched, me and Ansley watched, I don't remember what we watched the other night. I watched something the other night on it, and we didn't get any ads whatsoever. That was the very first one we watched on it, but. All of these, I'm kind of scrolling through them right now because I know you can't see my screen. But, I mean, Haunted Asylum, Hell House, Curse of the Skinwalkers, something called the Blair Rabbit Project. I'm not really sure what that is.
And I like how they break it down completely in generations because you could do mockumentaries.
Yep.
Thrillers, slashers, paranormal, split
Yep.
screens.
TV series, paranormal,
Yes.
thriller, creatures, cults and religious horror, aliens. So, I mean, this found footage app is great.
And see, I love all found footage.
Yeah.
All of it.
And it's for us, for everybody. It's actually free with ads, which they'll throw a couple of commercials here and there.
Yeah, it's not big deal.
But there's also like a $50 a year thing or a $4.99 a month thing to go without the ads. So, but if you are a fan of found footage,
do it.
Definitely get that app because it's got some good stuff on it.
Yeah. I have enjoyed it. I can't remember the few that I've recommended, but like I know I sent you one that was like Damon or Demon dot something. It's another screen one. I personally didn't care for it. It was just one of those. Actually I think it's the only found footage I've ever watched where I said at the end, you really shouldn't have.
So
thanks, but you really shouldn't have.
So one of them, I watched a video last week, couple of weeks ago, that had the top 5 like most disturbing. Nice, the most disturbing found footage movies, and I'd already seen a few of them. I'd seen Cannibal Holocaust. I had seen. I forgot what they were. But a couple of them, Atroz, which I guess is short for atrocious. And then there was one called Ghost Watch that I hadn't seen. And reading the backstory on it, basically, if you remember history, back in, I don't know, 1930s or something like that, Orson Welles did a radio show of the War of the Worlds one night.
All about it. And it caused a huge panic too.
Exactly. So I don't remember. I don't remember if it was Halloween night that they did that or what. Was it Halloween night?
I think so.
Yeah.
But they broadcasted it with no warning that it was fiction, and it caused a huge panic.
Exactly. So
it was awesome.
Okay, so this Ghost Watch thing.
Yeah, did the same thing, right?
Did the exact same thing. In like 1992 in the UK, they actually filmed it in August, but everything was being done like it was being live on Halloween night. And they broadcast it on Halloween night. And the show itself is okay. Yeah. But if you understand the lore behind it and the panic that it caused in the UK, you can enjoy it a lot more. If you're just watching, if you just watch it not knowing the lore, you'd be like, it's kind of cheesy.
The lore's why I want to watch it.
Right, exactly. So that's why I watch it. So knowing the lore, knowing it caused a massive panic in the UK, it's worth the watch. If you didn't know the backstory, I'd be like, don't bother. Because it's pretty cheesy, but I mean, it's 1992. You know, the SFX are not that great. But it's pretty cool knowing the lore behind it.
Well, you're talking to somebody who, cut their teeth on Doctor Who. That's pretty cheesy. Even to this day, Doctor Who's pretty freaking cheesy.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Pretty good. Yeah, the original black and whites. Pretty freaking cheesy.
Yeah, even living in England for 5.5 years, I never watched it.
I don't particularly overly care for the route that they went with Doctor Who X amount of years ago. So, I've gotten rid of all Doctor Who. I don't do Doctor Who anymore.
Yeah.
Politics and TV series and movies and entertainment should never mix.
I agree.
I think Dolly Parton got it right in that.
I agree. Well, just like.
But it really is a cheesy ass fucking sci-fi show. It really
is. Well, yeah, it always was. So I mean, I've seen a lot of that stuff. So, my mind is blanking tonight.
That's for me, like all day. I've just been out of it.
The show with
Blah.
Homelander and Starlight.
The Boys.
Thank you. So they got pretty political in the last season. So
yeah, but I feel like they're slightly similar to Family Guy. They don't really hold back on either side. They do shots at both sides.
They do, but you can definitely tell Eric Kripke is pretty much on the liberal side.
Yeah,
the way he's done things, but
I try to ignore that.
Yeah, I still enjoy the show. I just tried to overlook the political undertones.
Well, for me, my Eric Kripke fandom started with the whole reason Homelander's daddy came into play. Supernatural. Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki. Supernatural was written originally by Eric Kripke.
Oh, is it?
That's what brought me in. So that's why I try to ignore how liberal he is, because if you watch Supernatural, it blows your mind, especially with the amount of, oh my God, guns. I'm a huge Supernatural fan, though.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
Well, but Boys, to a degree, to me, Boys is becoming a kind of like a ground zero reunion comeback for Supernatural, because you've got the main three coming into this next season, which kind of also makes me feel concerned on how The Boys is going to do, because they're going to focus on Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki, and Misha Collins, which are the three main Supernatural: Sam, Dean, and Castiel. And I feel like there's a possibility that that's going to be the focus point, is they got those three together. Let's draw in all the viewers based off of those three main people. Because we all want another Supernatural reunion.
I got you. That very well could be. So
I hope not. Misha Collins, who played Castiel, is not completely confirmed. But there's been photos shared on Twitter. He's been on set with Jared and Jensen, and Eric Kripke, Supernatural writer who created Supernatural. Definitely, I can see it.
Okay.
So we'll see. Although I actually, wouldn't mind seeing Supernatural rebooted if it was on Amazon Prime, because the CW kept it teen rated, and I'm like, I can't imagine what Eric Kripke could do having watched The Boys with Supernatural. Yeah. Holy shit!
Yep. So I do like his gore. So. So we'll see. I'm
that show. Have you seen Novocaine yet?
Novocaine.
Okay, so I'm awful with names, but in The Boys, the main kid, his girlfriend was killed by the speedster. He's in it. His
real name's Jack Quaid, but yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
Okay.
It's all about him, and he pretty much plays Huey, but not a skittish Huey, but slightly, but not really. It's really good.
Okay.
And it's I know your streaming platforms, and it's currently free on quite a few of them, so you have access to it.
Yeah. And I'm a cheap ass.
Well, it drives me. I paid for it the day before it went free on streaming platforms. So now I Google dates, because I'm actually thinking about using my Google credits to rent. What is it? Bring Her Back to Me. A24 Studios.
Bring Her Back. Yeah.
Yeah, I can use, I've got 16 in Google credits. Something about using to pay 10 to rent it. So I really want to see that one, and I'm impatient.
I want to see that one too. So, and so for those that don't know, Dexter's back. I have always loved me some Dexter. But you just finished New Blood.
And I have to agree with you. I don't like it. It's awful.
No.
It sucks. But Deb literally makes it. I have zero regrets. I wasted no time, because Deb was awesome as in the hallucinations. I enjoyed it.
I agree with her being his so-called voice of reason, like Harry was in the first 8 seasons.
Yeah.
It was good to see her. I did not like that season. And honestly, I did not like Harrison. I
didn't like Harrison, and I didn't like his kid.
That is his kid. Harrison.
Oh yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
Harrison. I think Harry.
Oh yeah, no, Harry. I've always liked Harry, and with Harry being back in Resurrection, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I did not like Harrison's character. No. I don't know. I mean, he played his character well, and his character was written like a typical teenager.
Yeah.
But I just flat didn't like him. I just did not, and I don't know. I just felt like it could have been a whole lot better if he just never showed up.
Yeah, because there was quite a few times I look at the screen and I'm like, "Come on, Dexter, you need to say it. Why did you come here? Do you want me to be your fucking dad or not? Because you came to me to be your fucking dad, but yet you're just acting like you want to do what the fuck you want to do. That's fine. You can go do that somewhere else."
Right.
Because it was like he literally came there going, "I want a dad," and then when Dexter's like, "I'm a dad," he's like, "Fuck you, I'm going to do everything opposite." And I'm just like, oh my God, you're such a whiny bitch.
And that was the big thing. I think because he was so whiny is why I didn't like it.
It felt forced. Most of the plot felt forced.
Yeah.
And
rushed, exactly. And literally the entire season and only one other serial killer.
Yeah. But it wasn't just that. When I was watching it, so much of it seemed like leaps. Like connecting him to the Bay Harbor Butcher already seemed like some kind of leaps.
Yes and no. Because Maria did know he was the Bay Harbor Butcher, which is why, Deb ended up shooting her.
Well, see, I have it now. I will say, I watched this season after his wife died. And then I just didn't after that. I did not fucking like it.
Okay.
So, but I did read ahead, so I've read the clip notes to know, and I know how it all went down. But even in New Blood, it's still all of it felt just rushed.
Well, the I don't know who wrote that season, but yeah, it just wasn't good. It just was not good. So that's why I was so pleasantly surprised, when it came to Original Sin. Yeah. First off, I wasn't sure how that was going to play out, how he was going to come back, how he was going to get away, all that kind of stuff. So, of course, we didn't find out how he was going to get away until Resurrection started, and we got that.
There's still questions because at the end of New Blood, he's shot. It's presumed he died. What the fuck ever. When you go into Resurrection, Batista's there, and he says, I got a call from your whatever saying that you're the Bay Harbor Butcher, this, and this. But then I get a call completely saying the opposite and that you were attacked in your prison. And then the dude was begging them not to press charges because Logan shot at Dexter. And I'm like, but none of this was covered at the end of New Blood. So episode 1 of Resurrection makes no sense now.
So it lets the story of Resurrection go. So, and my thing is because he killed that guard when he was in the cell. So when he killed that guy, that's when I'm like, that was his fate right there. There's no way to get away from killing that guard. Because only that guard was there, only he was there. So there is no ifs, ands, or buts who killed that guard. And so the fact they just kind of glossed over that, I'm like, I don't know about that one.
And then they made it, then in Resurrection, correct me if I'm wrong, according to Batista, it made it sound like the guard attacked him, trying to murder or at least hurt Dexter, and that Dexter was acting in self-defense. I could be wrong.
No, I mean it's
right,
and that's just the easy way to get out of that.
But that's really poor writing because they could have done at least a recap showing, the female Angela calling Batista, at least saying that, like, come on, cover your faces, dude.
Yeah,
to me was shit.
It was it was like
because
we'll see if people buy it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I went. Oh, hold on. Let me turn on the garage.
I was like,
light.
Your lights just went off.
There's that on a timer. Or type thing.
Thought it was Annabelle. Ta-da! Oh,
There,
you didn't even
there we go.
you didn't even have on
What?
you didn't have on your headset.
No, what did you
I
say?
was like, when you got up, I'm like, Annabelle turned off your lights, and
Annabelle, from your house. From your house.
yeah,
She's talking.
exactly. So, but so although there's a few little iffy things when it comes to the story, um, the Dexter original sin
I'm like it.
was, I loved it, absolutely loved it. The cast that they picked to do the people, 20 years younger, the Masuka, the Batista, the LaGuardia, all, just were great casting picks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
God, they were great. The Masuka guy got me more than anything because he could even do the same stupid laugh.
Yes, I
So
love Bazooka.
I love.
I think that's why I didn't finish Dexter was they got rid of LaGuardia. I think that really because I had a little, and when I read that she had died and Deb had died, I think it's also why I didn't finish it.
Well, Deb died, like in the last season. I mean, literally, she died. I think the next to last episode of the last season.
Yeah.
So it
But
wasn't.
it's sad.
It is. It is, and it sucked. LaGuardia, I was fine with her dying. Didn't bother me.
Really,
No, I didn't
liked
like her. I did
but
not.
because I liked her and Batista, and when I quit watching, her and Batista was still together.
They
So in my head, they're still together.
no,
I know that doesn't work out, but I really like them.
Well, and what's funny about Batista and LaGuardia is the fact that both of those actors were also in the HBO series Oz together.
I haven't watched that show in forever.
He was kind of over the Latino,
Yeah.
gangs or whatever in Oz, and
Yeah.
LaGuardia, she was the actual prison nurse.
Oh, damn.
And so the two of them were actually in Oz together.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's been so long since I watched.
I loved Oz. I've got it all on DVD.
Oh, I have to go back and rewatch
I
that.
absolutely loved it because I was trying to think. Even Dokes, which I didn't realize, Dokes was in Oz for, I don't know, a couple of episodes. He was
Yeah.
he was one of the Muslims.
But them falling back on Dokes in this, in New Blood, to me is such a fucking cop out because I'm like, first off, Guy had said on the Mary fucking Kill show, which that was really cool writing. I like the play on Mary fucking Kills. But on the Mary fucking Kill show, there was proof that he was serving overseas when some of those deaths happened. It's complete bullshit that the Miami PD wouldn't have looked into that. Like, just overall, that was my issue with No Blood and Rush Plot. It all was so poorly written.
Well, that was literally when they blamed Dokes. That was season 2 of Dexter.
Exactly. And I'm just like, they would have researched and would have known that he was serving overseas when some of those deaths occurred.
Could have.
Although, wait, have you watched the new episode, Resurrection, yet?
No. No, the one that came out yesterday? Yeah, exactly. Nope, no spoilers.
I'm drinking my monster, no spoilers. Oh, Spartan, you finally went inside? You little shit! He's begging to go inside. Little shit.
Right. So
Still mad at him for running away.
But no, I haven't watched. In fact, I'll probably watch it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to watch tonight. I guess it depends on when we get done here. Because we finished Dexter New Blood. My new series I've been hooked on is on MGM, but it does show up on Prime. It's just like, a couple of weeks behind. The Institute by Stephen King. Really gotten into The Institute. Reminds me slightly of kind of like the show From, but not so much, but kind of enough. That's about it. I'm going to go on found footage TV because, again, it's a rabbit hole. And my mom asked me, she was like, Britt, with all the depression and all this stuff, how does watching and binging found footage horror not exacerbate it, make it worse? I'm like, why? Why? Let me tell you, it's a complete break from reality. In found footage films, there's no politics whatsoever.
Right.
There's no, drama with the relationship crap. There's just none of it. It's just death. And that's the end.
It's just everybody dying. Fuck it.
Not brain numbing, relaxing. But we went into a whole conversation, and she was like, you know what? Because my mom was a little horror fan. She's like, horror really is the only movie genre where there's no politics and real world drama in it. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it is literally a break from actual reality.
Yep, 100%, especially in found footage.
Yeah.
Because I hate sad endings. That's why I like The Crow. I love the concept of The Crow. I love Eric Draven and all of it. But I do not and can't say I love The Crow movie because it's sad. It's very sad.
But, I mean...
But horror's sad, but not really, because nobody's in love. They're all just fucking. And
that's what I was going to say. I mean, horror itself is not a happy movie. I mean, that's just not it. It is people dying. It's gore. It's torture. It's, it's whatever. It's not, you want happy, you go to a stupid ass rom-com,
Exactly. There's no rom-com in it. There's no romance in it. It's everybody fucking dies.
Right. Exactly.
And the virgin lives. Even
Kevin Bacon dies.
Yeah, but the virgin lives. The whole point is be single, don't fall in love, don't have sex. That's like the best break from reality type movie.
It's true.
And no politics are involved. Because that's the main thing is recently they're all remaking these movies and people are like, they race swapped this character. They made this character this character. They went this political with this political.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? With found footage, nobody, there's no original. So who fucking cares?
That's it.
Who fucking cares?
They all die. It's all that matters.
That is the best part. And I think my true addiction to found footage is that it is the only real break from reality.
That's
because
true.
Everybody else involves politics in some shape, form, or fashion. That's my bigger thing is the bitch about politics and shit. Like I was a huge DC TV series fan for a while. Loved The Flash. I loved Supergirl. Understandably, woman being badass. Gonna love that. But politics. The Arrow, politics. The Flash, politics. Everything, politics got involved. Not fucking found footage, bitch. You dead. Nobody's safe.
True. That's probably why I like Deadpool. Because Deadpool don't politics, and he's not politically correct and all that. But
the only Marvel movie I will ever watch moving forward, because I hate Disney, but it's Deadpool. They put out a new Deadpool movie, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
But if it's not Deadpool, if it's like this Avengers Secret War, what the fuck ever, give me Deadpool and that's it.
No, I'm with you. I haven't even watched all those, so.
I haven't either. I haven't actually seriously sat down and watched any Avengers movies since Thor, Love and Thunder.
Couldn't tell you. Yeah, I don't know squat. So.
I watched I did watch Morbius. And I was really excited about Morbius. Jared Leto is a phenomenal singer. He's a phenomenal actor, but Morbius was a huge letdown.
Yeah.
Nothing him. He did good. But the writing.
His Joker was pretty bad.
I didn't watch his Joker. I refused to watch that shit.
In Suicide Squad?
I refuse to watch Suicide Squad. Yeah. I won't watch a single bit of that or Harley Quinn's no, because I grew up in the generation who knows the truth. I'm the geek, remember? Nerd.
Yeah, so I liked Oh my God, what is up with me and words tonight? Margot Robbie. Jeez. So
I love her too.
I liked Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I did not like Jared's Joker.
Well, I love the original Harley Quinn, which was not introduced in the comics. She was introduced in the 1990s cartoon series, which is what me, who was born in 85, cut my teeth on.
In the black and red.
Yeah, and the Harley Quinn, this shit, it's, I don't know, insulting almost. It's, I don't like it. It's not... I want the Harley Quinn in the comics, though, because Harley Quinn in the comics does marry Poison Ivy, and that makes sense.
Yeah,
But the reality of Joker and Harley is extremely beyond awful. Even in the cartoons, he spent every cartoon trying to murder her multiple fucking times. Yeah. He hated her.
I was never a big comic nerd, so...
Well, see, I didn't read the comics first. I grew up with the cartoons on Saturday morning, and that was the 1990 Batman cartoons, like Gargoyles. I loved Gargoyles growing up. That was my cartoons. Batman, Gargoyles, the X-Men in the 1990s with the yellow leotards. Those were all my cartoons. So, understandably, I grew up to be a geek. And Power Rangers. I grew up with Power Rangers on Saturday mornings.
I had Bugs Bunny.
I watched it, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Roadrunner.
Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner. Yeah, I had the old classics, the Mel Blanc classics, the Roadrunner, the Wile E. Coyotes, the Yosemite Sam with a fucking gun,
And I'm just sitting there imagining myself as a kid still watching those. That's when it's like the age.
I mean, literally, Saturday morning was to sit there with your bowl of cereal. Yeah.
Art Krispies.
And what? Yeah, there we go. We got some serious cereal right there. And watching, Bugs Bunny and I guess back when I was a kid, it was Bugs Bunny, it was Scooby-Doo, it was Speed Buggy. Captain Caveman, so there's not a lot of people that are going to actually remember those things. Peanut, if you're watching this, I know you remember that shit. So
I don't know if the people I used to know that would remember that are still around. But point being, they made, but in my defense, those people made poor life choices, very poor, continuously poor health life choices.
Yeah,
but. I did grow up with those 1990s cartoons. Gargoyles was probably my favorite because that was more goth.
See, I never even heard of that.
Yeah. But I did watch, the other originals growing up, like the 1970s Batman TV series.
There wasn't a...
Boom!
Yeah, there wasn't animated.
No, it wasn't animated. It was live action where Batman would hit somebody and it would say boom on the TV screen like a comic book.
Okay, so that was the 60s.
I did grow up to that. And Dark Shadows, that was the 60s.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're right. So I actually watched Dark Shadows. So the Batman you're talking about is with Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin. To who?
Chris, that's actually Christopher Adam West. He's named after his relative, Adam West.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Adam West was a...
They're actually related. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
That's what his name after.
So that was literally the only claim to fame Adam West had.
Yep.
Literally.
No. Don't discount Family Guy because I'm a huge Family Guy fan. That's one of my comfort shows. Adam West was on Family Guy till this day.
Yeah, he did voice a couple of things. So.
No more than a couple. He was on Family Guy and a reoccurring actor for well over. God, because Family Guy's on like its 22nd, 23rd season.
So was Seth like a big fan or just?
Oh yeah, well yeah, and oh god yeah, And Adam West, well until his death, because so many fans really liked the character of the mayor that he played, it's so we would make more recurring.
He was on the Simpsons too.
Yeah, and they also did crosses with Family Guy and Simpsons.
Okay, because I remember him being on the Simpsons. So
yeah, because it was Mayor Adam West, and he played like he was crazy, like a psycho guy. But that bad psycho just shouldn't be running a town with a backpack full of cats shooting with a harpoon.
I got you.
But yeah, so he does have that show, and I will say Family Guy to me is awesome.
All right.
I don't know if you're a fan of it, but
I mean,
take shots at everybody.
No, I mean I've watched it, but I don't I don't stop life to watch it type deal. I will stop life to watch Dexter, the new stuff and all that, but for the most part,
and Terrifier.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Hell House.
Yeah. New Hell House next month.
Yes. No, I won't stop life to watch Family Guy, but I will get excited when I see a new season.
I don't know if you've seen, but they are actually previewing Hell House Lineage at the Abaddon Hotel. Yeah. Yeah. So the tickets for that is completely sold out. But they are previewing Hell House Lineage at the Abaddon, or whatever the actual hotel is, the Abaddon Hotel. How freaking cool would that be?
I don't know, but I want to see the Abaddon Hotel.
That's like in Pennsylvania? Is that where it is?
No, it's in New York.
No, Abaddon is in New York, but I don't think the hotel itself is.
I thought the actual Abaddon, because we're in that Hell House group where people post pictures of themselves there.
So
they post it in New York?
You'll see me looking this way because I'm looking it up right now. So
let me know, because and at some point I plan on making a New York trip, and I want to go up that way.
Okay. The fictional Abaddon Hotel from the movie Hell House LLC is not a real place, but the filming location was the Waldorf Estate of Fear in Layton, Pennsylvania.
Layton, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Oh, wait, Layton.
Yeah,
is it spelled with a C?
Lehighton.
Okay, never mind. It sounded similar to where we were stayed at Palmerton a few years ago.
No.
Nice weekend.
Nope. So this is the Waldorf. That's the name I was thinking of. But yeah, Waldorf Estate of Fear in Layton, Pennsylvania. So I figured it was Pennsylvania. I did remember it was Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So, but they are doing Lineage at the Abaddon Hotel.
That is so fucking cool.
In fact, in that group we're in, somebody was actually selling 2 tickets because they had something come up and they couldn't do it. So they were selling their 2 tickets to go there.
Yeah.
You're good. Okay, talk. And I'm going to keep that shit in there. So yeah, go ahead.
Should. I'm actually debating if the DoorDash thing is actually profitable about doing, what is it? I called it Tales of a Hobbit Dasher.
Yeah.
And doing the funny shit where, I don't know, request the weirdest shit or just the worst story about Karen or Ken.
Well, I mean,
Dasher's like a Hobbit and her son.
Tim seems to like it. So.
Well, no, he has I don't know currently, but I know kind of why I decided to just say, fuck it, was for the first 2 years he was full-time racing, which is well above and beyond what I was doing full-time with the team.
Yeah.
He was just door dashing. And he paid all his bills, he paid all his racing and everything. Just
there you go. Okay, now you can talk.
Okay. So I actually a couple of years ago found, and I think it's actually on this laptop, some SD cards and old photos from when I did ghost hunting back in Mississippi. And by ghost hunting in Mississippi, specifically 2 locations I visited for fuck off a long ass time, and actually did a lot of research into the locations, like the history, all the 9 yards. One was a church. One I've actually already mentioned in this podcast, where I got a shotgun pointed at me, Country Peddler Inn in Coldwater, Mississippi. And then there was a cemetery. I have no photos of the cemetery. There are photos I think I have of the Indian Burial Ground in downtown Memphis, Tennessee, which is placed right outside the Oriental Metal Museum, which also used to be a hospital for Civil War victims. Um, and I went there with quite a few people. There was a Mississippi paranormal haunt group that was trying to like get up and coming, and I was trying to help them. And they like, I don't remember how we got in contact with each other, but somehow we did. And I took them to the church in Walls, Mississippi, where I had experienced and saw the most shit. And then I took them to the Country Peddler Inn, and then we went to the Oriental Metal Museum, Burial Indian Mound. And I've been actually trying to find those photos and have been thinking about actually throwing it at you about putting this on the podcast. So I need to find the pictures. I would like to have the pictures when we go over some of those stories, but the majority of the stories, I don't have a lot of photographic evidence, because it was just either, I hate to say it, the vibe got real or shit got real. There was my partner in crime in Mississippi / the Memphis, Tennessee area was my girl Ashley Kane. I called her Ashy because that was Xander's nickname for her. And this is my high school, known her forever best friend. And that's how we spent most of our nights, was riding around looking at weird shit. And somebody had showed us like this country, peddler in place in the middle of fuck off nowhere, what used to be original Coldwater, Mississippi, but due to severe, like, I don't know, raining, flooding, the town moved, type situation, we found this place. And there's actually quite a few stories of experiences at Country Peddler Inn. One of the biggest was, me and her went there with two other friends of ours, and we were in my car as usual because I was the driver. And we had pulled in, and we had looked around, and it was dead quiet. It was like, 1 or 2 in the morning. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the wind stopped. Very stereotypical wind stopped. The birds stopped. The crickets stopped. Everything stopped. And we just started hearing this really weird fucking music, like melody, lullaby, really fucking weird, from within the Country Peddler Inn little building, and also the woods behind us. And so we went to leave. I'm like, fuck this shit, let's fucking go. Bad juju. So we go to leave. We jump in my Chevy Malibu, which was like my favorite car, and I floor it, except for it's not flooring, because something, I swear, grabs the back and jerks it. My Malibu moves directly back, not back at a curve, because the way you pulled into this place was a curve. So I was not pulling out, going straight back. I was going with the curve, with the way the parking pulled in, but it was an immediate jerk back towards the building. And there was a good, what felt like, fight against something holding the back of my car back, and me trying to fucking floor it. And then out of nowhere, it just stops, and then I floor it. The weirdest fuck off thing was, we went to this place way too many fucking times. We were bored. There's nothing to do there. When you're going to the Country Peddler Inn without knowing the roads, you veer left, it's right there. You veer right, you don't veer right, because I veered right, never veered right again. So I veered right, middle of the night, and our entirety driving this route, I can't describe it, except for we spent 45 minutes of driving back roads, nothing to be seen. But we knew this route like the back of our hands. We've been going to this Country Peddler Inn for a while, but we kept seeing these big black dogs everywhere. 2 here, always 2 here, everywhere we went in the woods. And so we accidentally veer right, going the wrong way. And I hit what's a dead stop. I can't go forward, there's woods. And To my right, there's like, a couple of houses, but it's not a neighborhood, just, on the side of a road. And to the left, there's this, a drop off, but I can see actually the back of the country peddler in. And all of a sudden, me and her just get the worst vibe feeling, and like, we gotta go. And all of a sudden, my car is surrounded by about 5 to 6 big black dogs. And I'm driving a 2005 white Chevy Malibu SC. She was my baby. I call her Kitty. She had personality. We went through a lot of shit together. I'm a car girl with that car. And when they jumped up on their hind legs, they were rocking my car. Their paws were almost to the roof of the Chevy Malibu. Now, granted, that's why I tell you the type of car to this day I still know I had, because it was my favorite fucking car I've ever had to this day. Is it was not an entirely tall car either. So it wasn't like, I'm talking about an SUV or a Jeep or a truck. It's a small sedan. But they were rocking the car and pushing it, and they were barking, and they were loud, and they were nonstop. And then all of a sudden, they stop, and they run to this house where there's this line of bushes, and they're jumping up on what looks like possibly their owner, like, understandably, hey, look what we found. We found something. Come check it out. And they're barking and they're growling. At this point, I'm like, reverse, reverse. We got to go. I go to put it in reverse, and the minute I click it in reverse, they're behind my car, and I can't go backwards. I can't go forwards. I can't go backwards because I don't want to hit these people's fucking car. And that was probably maybe 2 or 3 minutes of my life, but it felt like longer, because it was this back and forth of, they would run to whoever in the shadows we couldn't see, and I would try to go in reverse. They would see I'm going in reverse, and they would surround the car all over again. So eventually I said, fuck it. I don't care if I hit this motherfucker's dog. I'm going. And I just floored it and got the fuck out. And the entirety of our way out, black dogs followed us everywhere we went. And that was actually the last motherfucking time I went down there too. Because I didn't like the vibe. That was not, I don't know what that was, but in that area, especially in rural South, as you know, South, you don't fuck with rednecks living in the middle of fuck off nowhere. So there was also that logic and common sense that might not be anything supernatural, but also just be a fucking redneck on this weird car, bunch of white girls, nothing to do, fucking around on his property, could be getting pissy, feral dogs. That was really fucking weird. The whole area was really fucking weird. And I've got a few photos of some weirdy looking shit still on some SD cards from that location.
Interesting. You have to send me some of the pictures.
I keep forgetting to ask you about it, but I got quite a few, especially from Mount Zion Church in Walls, Mississippi. Not a lot of weird stories there, just off vibes. You would see things out of the corner of your eye, type thing.
Yeah.
Met weird people there that were never there. It was an open church, but not an open church. Just really weird, shady area.
Interesting.
And then I moved years after I quit going and checking out this haunted shit, because I got, I had a kid, and I realized you can't be going off in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, to random places in the middle of nowhere. I moved not too far from one of those haunted locations, and shit was really weird for a long time. That's where a lot of the weird dreams and a lot of the weird shit in my apartment was all from those years. Dark shadow figures, rolling smoke. Xander will tell you a couple of stories, and he was only a toddler that he remembers, of the dark shadow people. It's like it was one night, I barely remember, but I just woke up to Xander screaming bloody murder, like running into my room. And he was like 2 years old, and he was pale as a ghost, and he just wanted me. So, grab and put him in bed with me. And he curled up under the blankets, like right at my stomach, and would not budge all night. And the next day, all he would tell me was the shadow people. There was one time I was on the phone with a friend of mine named Spike at the time. And I remember talking to him, just random bullshit, 2, 3 in the morning, couldn't sleep. I didn't have a life. I was young. And all of a sudden, my fire alarm started going off. And this rolling smoke came out of my room, just rolling down the fucking hallway out of nowhere. I had two friends that stayed with me. I've mentioned them, I think, before this podcast. Tom and Grace, they paid for my Dragon Con I went to. They stayed with me. And they don't believe in the things that go bump in the night at all. They didn't want to stay with me again. They said they didn't know what was there was something that goes bump in the night, but they saw something and they'd never felt anything that awful in their lives, and they did not want to come back and spend the night again.
Nice. Interesting.
Yeah, there's a few stories from that apartment complex too.
Did you ever look up the history in it?
I couldn't find anything because it's such a vague area. When I look up the history in the apartment complex, I couldn't find murders or shootings. I couldn't find suicide or anything that had happened. But that apartment complex I lived in was in Robbinsville, Mississippi, also known as Tunica, Mississippi, little tiny wannabe redneck Vegas area. Dime a dozen what could have happened in the kudzu. Because that's what that area was kudzu. It's all Tunica is kudzu.
Yeah,
So.
most of the South is kudzu. So.
And Zion Church wasn't too far down the road from it either. So there is things to be said about if you fuck with it, it can fuck back. So anything I could have explored, from whether it was the abandoned cemetery I used to go to, the Zion Church, the Indian burial ground, the Country Peddler Inn, the abandoned cemetery in Walls, the Whitehaven Cemetery, anything could have followed me back. Not to mention the crap from my childhood. I've felt haunted for like forever, but it didn't follow me to North Carolina, so I've been good. We're going on 14 years of no haunts or weird shit.
Maybe they're as good at geography as you are. So
I actually was trying to figure out geography earlier. I was thinking about you and laughing because I was like, when I go to Williamsburg, Virginia, do I pass through South Carolina? So when I went up through Google Maps, I was like, nope, opposite.
Yeah.
Tampa J did a video about this brewery he went to in South Carolina, like Unholy Brewery or something. But they do a haunt in the brewery. No, it's Holy City Brewery. It looks so badass. It's in Charleston, South Carolina. And it's a year-round break. The brewery is always going, but they have an actual haunt just during the brewery. And the detail they put, there was some stuff Tampa J wouldn't show in the video because spoilers, but like they freaking had like the grill of a Chevy going off in the haunt, like just like out of nowhere in the middle of the night, you're gonna have a Chevy alarm going off in front of you. It looks really fucking cool, but not on my way to Williamsburg. I'm not going through South Carolina till December.
Well, and not to mention that is like North Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, and I would love to go to Charleston, but it's expensive.
Charleston is a beautiful city. It's kind of the sister city to Savannah.
Yeah, that's what I want to go.
Yep. And so I'm sitting here looking. They've got like raw oysters. They've got a raw bar.
They look good. And
craft beers. Yeah, it looks good.
And he had this one really cool drink, and it looked like it was seasonal. So, like, he got his ale, and he specified which ale he got. And then he got this tiny, like, little ass bottle, this big, with this weird, like, milky white substance that you kind of, like, drop in it like a potion. And he took a drink, and he was like, holy crap, this is smooth. And I'm like, I want to go there. It looks so awesome. It's not terribly far from me either. It's like just 4 hours.
I mean, it's probably about the same for me, because Savannah's 3 hours from here, and Charleston's about another hour from there. So, in fact, Ann's talked to me earlier this week, and I had promised her a morning at the Cat Cafe, which is in Savannah. And then Savannah also has the Gray Face Museum.
Yeah.
Which has got a lot of like macabre stuff, but then it's got actual Ed Gein stuff in it.
When y'all going, I'll be there.
So we are looking at maybe just doing a weekend, going there, Friday night, staying Saturday, Sunday type deal, and go. I mean, because it's only 3 hours from here.
Yeah.
So we're looking at maybe going, and because I did promise her, because the last time when we went and saw Breaking Benjamin, Lacey Sturm, and Starset. We went past the cat museum, the cat cafe, and it was closed. And I'm like, next time we're here, I'll bring you to it. And we haven't been back, so we need to go back to Savannah. So
yeah, well, Savannah is my retirement plan. My horror store, Savannah. I have a whole plan.
That would actually be a nice city to do it.
Start in the market artistic area of Savannah. And if after it's a 5-year plan. The first 2 years I open, I expect to and hopefully break even with my shop. Just break even. But if in 3 years, especially the last 2, I can double my profits, then look to open my shop on the riverside of Savannah.
River Street.
Which will be an even bigger clientele that it would most definitely fucking cater to. But I have to hold a solid 2.5 years of double profit in that art district, because I've already looked at what rental and all that's going to go for that I'm going to have to pay to be on that, that River Street. So I have to double my profit.
Yeah, River Street is prime real estate in Savannah. So
for a person who's had zero education, except I'm self-taught past, I don't know, the 5th or 6th grade, do have a good solid head on my shoulders when it comes to starting business and the best ways to go, especially within the first 5 years of it. There's a lot that I need help with and don't understand, but the overall how it works and how you need to set things and plan things and all of that, the overall I know.
Yeah.
And I know that you're not going to make any money the first 2.5 years of a business if you're going the route that I am, which is a standalone store. Now, like if I'm running an online business, we know a few people personally who are running them and doing fucking phenomenal, making great money. But I'm not running an online business. I'm running a standalone store business.
Right.
So that's going to be a whole different ballgame. But Savannah's perfect, and my heart is set on Savannah for that store.
Savannah's I love Savannah. That is one of my favorite cities in the world is Savannah.
Yeah. I've only been there once. Granted, it was to see, a really shitty dude that was in the military. Appreciate what he did, but he's shitty. But I love the time I spent in Savannah without him more.
Yep. Savannah's a nice city. I have been there. I can't imagine how many times I've been there.
Yeah.
But
I do.
The
trees are beautiful in Savannah.
I had my honeymoon there. I've taken Ansley there. I have, we went and saw Def Leppard on their Pyromania tour there. I mean, I used to live there. So I love Savannah.
And Savannah's not real far from me. That might end up being where me and Xander go next year, for the me and Xander only trip.
Yeah, that's a good city.
His birthday is Savannah. He really isn't, I think at this point, 95% leaning towards Washington. But I'm like, son, gonna try to lead it back.
Yeah, so Washington.
But it's his call. It's his call 100%. And Washington really would be better for all reasons, especially educational.
Yep, educational and history-wise, Washington's probably a better spot. Savannah's better once he's 21.
21. And then you've got, I think Washington's only roughly 4 hours, 45 minutes away with no stops, no traffic. It's not far from me. But he did pick spring break. And I know he's going to want some horror-based aspects to it, which there's got to be plenty of ghost shit in fucking Washington.
Actually, they have the Crime and Punishment Museum. They have the Spy Museum.
Oh, no, I know about the Spy. Now, I know about all the government-based, like, museums. Spy Museum, military museums. There's the catacombs that's under a Catholic church in Washington. I really want to check out. They offer tours for as well, but you have to sign up for advance. And what's great about Washington is all the government-based things, like you were starting to say, but I cut you off. They're free. That's what I've always, the reason why I've always want to go to Washington. It's free.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, but like the Crime and Punishment Museum, the Spy Museum, they all cost a little bit. The Smithsonian's are all free. So the Air and Space Museum, the American History Museum, Natural History Museum, things like that are free. So,
and one of the main ones that Xander wants to go to, which is free, is the aerospace.
Yes, and there's 2 of them.
Yep. So Washington might be where we end up.
Yep. So there's one at the mall, and there's one at is it Dulles? Maybe Dulles. In Chantilly, whatever the airport is in Chantilly, which I think is Dulles. The other half of the Air and Space Museum is there, and so I have been to both, and they are both phenomenal. So
we've looked at Washington for years, so I've done a lot of looking into it.
Yeah.
So I knew about the catacombs under the Catholic Church.
Nice.
It is a place I've really wanted to take Xander for a really long time. So when I gave him a list of a couple of places, and you had recommended Washington, which had reminded me about trying to take him to Washington, he had said that was kind of one. But he would really love to go to Gettysburg, and I'm like, it was a bit of a fucking drive.
Because that's Gettysburg's what, Pennsylvania?
Yep.
Yeah. But hey, if you go to Gettysburg, then you go to Layton.
Look, if we go to Gettysburg, there's going to be horror haunt shit because it's also Gettysburg. So you and Ansley are going to have a head.
Yeah. Ain't no fucking way I'm driving to Pennsylvania.
No. But that would be a fun mom and son road trip.
It would, but
talked about.
Ain't gonna happen. So
no.
If I drive to Pennsylvania, I'm driving to Boston.
I could get back on that.
Yeah. So.
I'm so pissed we were in Chicago and had no pizza.
No, that's true. That was a sin. That was a sin. All right, look, we are at.
Sounded like flights.
We're at 153.
So, do you want to?
Yes.
Call it?
No, I want
to.
No, I want to call it for good. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we really need to keep these about an hour. 2 hours. Nobody's going to sit through this shit. Nobody really is going to sit through this shit. So.
Well, we're still figuring out our way, though.
I know.
We're still finding a schedule and a regularity.
Yeah, but 2 hours is just too much for people to watch. So.
It really is.
I mean, I will. Yeah, I'll literally cut. I probably won't cut any more than about 10 minutes off of this. So, with the times we took off. So.
Well, we appreciate Henry listening for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and
we know he will.
Actually, Peanut and Christina will too. They'll listen to it. So but
we appreciate.
Yeah, other than those 3, nobody's gonna sit there and listen to shit for 2 fucking hours. So, all right. So, anything else, real quick, before I just shut off the recording?
Hopefully, I will get those photos together, and I can actually spend time going more in depth on actual real experiences I have had in the past ghost hunting in Mississippi, because I have had quite a few I felt spotlighted. So I was like, shit, because I've had quite a few that don't even include this place that I don't even have photos of. So I can sit down. I'm gonna sit down and really devote time to going over those.
All right. Because, again, I ain't going to believe till I see, so, yeah, I got you.
I'm like that with quite a few things.
All right. Cool. All right, you good?
Peace. Yep.
All right. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the OEN podcast. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. If you have any discussion ideas, feel free to drop us a line. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Spotify at OEN Podcast. Have a great day, and we'll talk at you in the next one.